Hello everyone, and welcome to the 3D Animation channel. Today, we'll be continuing with episode 146 of A Mortal's Journey to Immortality. If you have any questions while watching or want me to cover a specific character, please leave a comment below. Now, let's begin. In the previous episode, after some deliberation, Hanli decided to go to Luo Yun sect to participate in the disciple selection examination. Very quickly, he found himself at the foot of the sect's mountain. Looking at the blue stone path leading up to Luo Yun sect, Hanli felt a sense of helplessness. With his current strength, he easily realized that this path was not simple. It was enchanted with illusion spells, like a test of patience for those seeking to join the sect. So, Hanli walked leisurely with a calm expression. Before long, he effortlessly passed through the illusion formation thanks to his powerful divine sense. At this point, a large plaza appeared before his eyes, where many people had gathered. Surveying the entire area, Hanli uncovered the secret behind the nameless stone pavilion, which was actually the illusory Cloud Hall. Inside, 3 Luo Yun sect cultivators were discussing the disciple selection process. Among them, Senior Brother Chiu was a middle foundation establishment cultivator, Junior Brother Lu was an early foundation establishment cultivator, and another young man was discussing the selection criteria. They aimed to prioritize quality over quantity, not wanting to accept cultivators with weak foundations. So, Hanli restrained his aura, found a quiet spot to sit and meditate, and quietly eavesdropped on everything. By dusk, when nearly 100 Qi refining cultivators had gathered, Senior Brother Chiu appeared and announced the selection rules. First, those with 2 to 3 spiritual roots or special spiritual bodies would be examined separately. Very quickly, for individuals, including 3 men and 1 woman, stepped forward and were taken away by Junior Brother Lu. Next, Senior Brother Chiu asked cultivators with cultivation techniques above the 10th level to follow Junior Brother Du. Hearing this, Hanli and 6 other monks stepped forward. The remaining individuals would undergo a more rigorous examination. As for Hanli, he and the others were immediately led to Luqi Peak by Junior Brother Du. They first had to go to Tianquan Peak to check their background and cultivation techniques. On the way, Hanli and his group met a foundation establishment cultivator with a joking personality. This person was none other than Senior Brother Yen, who wanted to recruit 2 new disciples to work for him. Hearing this, Junior Brother Du cleverly refused, then made an excuse that he had important matters to attend to and that Senior Brother Miao was waiting. A moment later, Hanli and his group arrived at the main hall. A skinny young man with late foundation establishment cultivation stepped out. This person was none other than the legendary Senior Brother Miao. After a brief greeting, Senior Brother Miao took out the heart-questioning talisman to test the loyalty of the new disciples. Seeing this, Hanli secretly chuckled. He knew that this talisman wouldn't be able to uncover his secrets. After the heart-questioning talisman on Hanli's shoulder glowed, Senior Brother Miao called him to the 2nd floor to test him with 10 questions. If he answered 3 questions incorrectly, he would be eliminated. Fortunately, after the test, Hanli and the other 7 individuals were confirmed safe by Senior Brother Miao, and from then on, Hanli officially became a disciple of the Luo Yun sect. After registering, Hanli and his group were led to a massive stone hall located at the foot of Luqi Peak Mountain. At this time, Junior Brother Du put away his magic weapons, told them to wait, and hurriedly went inside to report. When the stone hall's door opened, a white light flew out, carrying a pale-faced cultivator and 4 young cultivators who had been selected in advance. Their eyes swept over Hanli and his group with surprise, and they quickly entered the hall, leaving the 2 groups standing opposite each other in heavy silence. Although they had entered the same sect, there seemed to be an invisible wall between them, and there was even an air of unease. After a while of waiting, Junior Brother Du appeared, signaling for both groups to enter. They walked through a long corridor, arriving at a large hall where 7 or 8 monks were chatting. Hanli secretly observed them and recognized Senior Brother Chiu and the pale-faced youth. Along with them was sect leader Wei Yiming, a late foundation establishment cultivator with an ordinary appearance, but an extraordinary aura, who was speaking to divide the disciples. A heated argument broke out between the elders over who would recruit disciples with a special Duanjin body. Everyone wanted to compete for talent for their sect. Seeing this, senior brother Chiao had to speak up to advise them, and in the end, the decision belonged to the sect leader. Han Li and the large man, Du Dong, were assigned to Tianquan Peak, becoming low-level outer disciples. On the way back to Tianquan Peak, junior brother Du explained the benefits and rules of the sect. Even as outer disciples, they still had great opportunities if they diligently completed their missions and achieved accomplishments. In particular, Tianquan Peak also had senior masters highly skilled in talisman making and alchemy, offering many opportunities to learn. A moment later, the three of them arrived at the master's quiet room. Han Li glanced over and realized that this master, with a dignified and virtuous appearance, was a mid-core formation cultivator. The master did not hesitate to assign Han Li and Du Dong to the third senior brother and senior sister Mo. The third senior brother chose Du Dong to help with talisman making, while Han Li was accepted by senior sister Mo and followed her to her cave. At senior sister Mo Lin's cave, Han Li was given two options: to look after the medicinal garden or learn alchemy. She clearly explained the advantages and disadvantages of each job. Without hesitation, Han Li chose to look after the medicinal garden. This was the ideal job that would give him more time to cultivate. Senior sister Mo was not surprised at all. She merely instructed him to communicate with the older female disciple, left a jade slip of the profound ice technique, and then departed. And from that day on, the lush green garden with precious medicinal plants, 3 thatched houses, and a small mountain became Han Li's own world. He had found the ideal place to continue his cultivation path. This concludes episode 146 of A Mortal's Journey to Immortality. What did you think of this episode? Please leave your comments and feedback below. See you in the next episode.